around to tell us how our love should be. It was the curse of your last you denied, and now it's...
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you my November favorites. November has flown by, December is on the way, we've made it through Thanksgiving, and Christmas is going to be here before we know it. So I just kind of pulled from my everyday drawer and the things that I've been using from my stash, and I'm going to go in no particular order, just randomly pull out of my little basket and tell you about the things that I've been enjoying in November. So if you'd like to see that, please keep watching. All right, the first thing, since I have them in my hand, that I have really enjoyed this month, and it's funny because when I first got them, I didn't think I was going to like them, but I love them and I've used them every day since I started giving them a chance. And I only have 4 of the 8 here. I've got some others buried in my makeup cup over there, my brush cup over there, but these are from Makeup Geek. And they seem like really small and unassuming, but I have found that they feel the need of lots of little things. Like I couldn't find a particular brush to go on the lower lash line after I have something up there tightly to blow it out that's really soft but still small enough. I didn't have anything that would really go into my outer corner without making a big mess. So all of these have come to the rescue. And this was an 8-piece eye set that came from Look, but I think it's still available on her site. But they're pretty pricey brushes, but they're quality brushes. They're very well made. You can see there's like kind of some unusual shapes that you've not seen before. But they work incredibly well, and I really like them. And I think if I had the opportunity to get another set discounted, I would probably get a backup set of these because they're excellent brushes. One more brush. I've been doing some decluttering and getting some things together to give away to my family at Thanksgiving. And I found some brushes that I got last Christmas that were on sale that I hadn't used yet. And some of them were from Real Techniques. And this brush in particular is called... It's so metallic that it's hard to see the writing, so give me 1 second. It is a duo fiber contour brush, but this is what it looks like. And it's almost like a tapered stipple brush. And I use it for highlighter. And I found that it really diffuses the color beautifully where it doesn't look like a stripe. It looks like it's just naturally occurring there. It doesn't look like you've sat there and put a bunch of highlighter on your cheek, but it does diffuse it to where you have a really nice glow, like right now. I used it earlier today. Next is a couple things that came from my Boxycharm this month. The first one is the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. I really love this, and I didn't know you were supposed to shake it. My friend Debbie clued me on that because I was being a good teacher and not reading the instructions. But it's got the finest mist. I really don't like setting sprays that assault your face and you're afraid you're going to have big droplets or it's actually going to make something run. And so this one is very illuminating and it has a very fine mist. So I'm going to show you. And on the video, you can see the mist hitting your face, but it's so fine that you can barely feel it. Well, that's perfect because you don't want to leave droplets, or you don't want it to interfere with anything that you've just done. It's such a fine mist, and it feels really refreshing though after the fact, and it dries really fast. And so I really like this. And this is probably something I never would have chosen had I not gotten it in a Boxycharm. So that's one of the things that I like about Boxycharm. Another thing that came in that box was this Winky Luxe Kitten little mini palette. I had never even heard of Winky Luxe, and I've recently seen it on Nordstrom and a couple other places, but I didn't know about it. But I like this because it's really flat and compact, but still really sturdy. And not that I'm going anywhere, but if I did, this would be a really nice travel palette because it does have some neutrals, but it also has some pops of color. It's got some holographic stuff. This one here, I couldn't believe because I didn't even swatch it and had no idea what kind of magic was there. And I don't know if you can see it, but it does like a really pretty holographic effect. And it's hard to show these things on camera. But it has a green-blue shift on a champagne base, and it's really pretty. I really like this berry color. The brown is real nice. It's a good neutral palette, but I think you could come up with some colorful looks with it also if you needed to. It's a good travel palette, I think. And next, I don't even have to say this because all my videos include me talking about and raving about this palette because I love it so much. And I've really created some really cool looks with it, and some of those videos are upcoming. But I got this from the Sephora 20% off sale. This is the only thing I bought, and it is the Huda Beauty Desert Dust Palette. It's got all these different finishes of eyeshadows. It's got glitter toppers, it's got metals or foils, it has mattes and satins and shimmers. It's just got everything, and it even has a true glitter that's packed in, pressed in here. And it is just so beautiful. The colors are perfect for fall. Everything is very rich and beautiful. It's not so pigmented that you have to be ultra careful, but if you build it up, it does build up to a really beautiful opacity. And all the different finishes give you just innumerable ways that you can use this, and it's I like can't put it down. And I haven't felt that way about a palette in a long time, so this is my new baby. And you're going to see a lot of looks with this because I've just been, in fact, the one that I'm wearing right now is from this palette. And do you see that beautiful shimmery holographic beautifulness on my lid? Dude, if you have the chance to get this, do not let it pass up. Do not let it pass up. Do not let it pass by. Make sure you get it. Yeah. Along with the Makeup Geek brushes, I got a Makeup Geek palette called In the Nude. And I'm not sure. I think this might have even been in my favorites last month. I'm not sure. But this is a really nice, no-nonsense 9-pan palette. And it is in the nude. Lots of neutrals, but it's got some pretty foils in it. And this is something I reach for when I want a no-nonsense everyday look. And, I mean, you can definitely glam it up with these two foils. You can make it really pretty and glam. You can get it really intense and do lots of different things with it that aren't necessarily neutral everyday looks. But for me, the neutral everyday look is what I use this for most, and it's something that I gravitate towards because Makeup Geek shadows are just always good, and I don't have to worry about, I know how they're going to perform. So I really enjoy this palette as well. For foundational stuff, I have really been enjoying, and you guys know this as well if you watch my videos, I really have been enjoying the Becca Backlight Primer. It really gives a nice subtle glow underneath foundation. It's not overbearing, and it doesn't make you look like a disco ball or the Tin Man, but it does kind of radiate through your foundation and give you a really healthy, dewy look. And my skin is getting drier and drier, and so these kind of illuminating products are starting to really look good on me. So I'm excited about that. I also, over that, have been using the Peach Perfect powder and foundation. And I love these both so much. This is awesome. It's moisturizing yet matte. It doesn't feel hard or crusty or dry or papery. It just has the most beautiful finish, and the color matches me perfectly. And this is just so finely milled. It's got a nice peach hue to it, but it doesn't show that way. It doesn't add much color, but it does give a really beautiful softness to the skin. And like, I walk up to people and say, like my mom, feel how soft this is. And it's just, this is just a beautiful combination. And I was intent to hate this line. I wasn't even going to buy anything, but you know, it's one of those Emily Noel made me do it moments. But I am so glad that I picked these up, and I like these so much that I'm very interested in getting the primer as well and seeing how the trio of these things work together. I meant to mention these whenever I was talking about the Desert Dawn palette, but since I've been using the Huda Beauty eyeshadow so much, I pulled out my pair of Farrah Faux Mink Huda Beauty lashes, and they look all cockeyed because they're in my, they've been used a lot, but I used them in a recent look, and it was so very pretty. My Thanksgiving look, in fact, and I forgot how much I love these, and so these are going to be back in my little lash bin over here to be used whenever I feel like looking ultra glamorous, because these will do it. I think all of her lashes are beautiful, but these are the only ones that I have, and I really am happy with the style that I chose. One more lash. This is a trio of lashes, but I've only used the ones in the middle. We've got Shining Star at the top, Absolute Allure is the one that I am going to talk about, and Grand Glamour on the bottom. And these are Eylure Vegas nail lashes. And I got this because I wanted to try the 3 different ones. But the one in the middle is like really chunky and pieced out. I had never had a style like that. I had some, but they were really pointy on the ends. And this is really wispy on the end. And this gave my look a really unique, a unique twist, I guess is the best way for me to describe it. I wore them to a concert. I kept looking at myself going, gosh, those lashes are so cool. I really like them. I've only worn them once, but I liked them that much. They're going to stay in my rotation. I'm excited to use those again. But I had never seen these, and I had never used a lash like that. So maybe it's time to branch out and try some of these really cool, different versions of lashes that you've never tried before. Maybe that can be your get out of your comfort zone moment for the month. But check these out. Vegas Nail. Now, I mean, the Eylure lashes are all awesome anyway, but I really like the Vegas Nail styles. But you need to want to look really glamorous. They're really definitely not an everyday lash. They're definitely a, you know, get really fancy and go on a date or go out to a concert, special event kind of thing. Got it? All right, you know about me and my cocktails and how I can't just use one product. I have to mix everything up. So I'm going to show you what I do with my eyeliner, show you what I do with my mascara. They're all a mix of things. So recently I've been using, for my winged eyeliner, I've been using the Art-Ki-Tect Slim Eyeliner, which is this one. I don't even know where I got this. It came in a box. And then also the NYX Epic Ink Liner. They're both brush tips because you know I require that. But I like this one because, and it's going to sound crazy, but I like it because it's dry. And the reason that helps me is because I use it to form my wing, to form the outline of my wing, and it gives me a lot of control. And after I have the outline there, I use the Epic ink, which is really dark and very black and very wet formula, to fill in the other area very quickly and easily. This, when I use it on its own, it tends to give me a little bit of bleeding into the really fine lines on the inner corner of my eye, and I don't like that. So this eliminates that. This fills in with the nice dark pigmentation and color, and the matte finish in this combination I'm loving together. Now, I was bragging about this beautiful shimmeriness on my lid, and I achieved that with a new technique that I learned from Slava Makeup, which is a YouTuber that I really enjoy. And instead of wetting her brush, she puts down glitter glue for any shimmer color on the lid. And the cool part about that is, like, it is even more intense than when you wet your brush, and you don't have to have another product, and you don't have to squirt and spray and blah, blah, blah. I don't love that, and I often just don't do it. Rather than having a more intense eye, I just don't do it because it's a pain in the tush with the wet and all that jazz. But this, you literally just put it on a brush or pat it on with your finger, and then put the shimmer on with your finger, and you have like a kapow, wabam, hello in your face, really beautiful shimmer. And it will bring out shimmers that don't even look that spectacular, and it just brings out the beauty in them. I did a comparison using the e.l.f. Glitter Glue and the NYX Glitter Glue. I didn't think there would be that much of a difference, but this one definitely brought the intensity of the glimmer out, the shimmer out. This one still did a pretty good job if you need a more economical choice, but this one outshined it, literally outshined it. So this is a really cool product, and I would imagine probably Too Faced Glitter Glue or any glitter glue probably would work, but out of the two that I had, this one performed the best, and so I can't wait to keep doing that. It's like all these shimmers that I've always loved, like I'm gonna pump them up a couple notches. And so here's for my my mascara cocktail. I use the MAC Extended Play Gigablack Lash for my bottom lashes. I love the wand on this. It is really narrow, but it has a whole bunch of spiraled bristles, natural bristles, and I can get in there. It fans my lashes out, makes them really dark and long, and I don't really have many down there to even look like I have some. This is a magic. This is magic. for me to even look like I have any lashes. On my top lashes, I use Roller Lash Still Benefit. This is still my favorite. I've used a bunch of different ones recently. This is still my favorite. And that's to lengthen and fan out my lashes, separate out my lashes. And then as a final step, I use Too Faced Better Than Sex. And don't ask me why. I like the sample size better of this always. So, and I have like 20 of them because I think they gave it away with every product for the last 5 years. But I like that to pull through and give me a little bit more volume. So that's my mascara cocktail for the month. Okay, for cheeks. For blush, I have really enjoyed the Instain by The Balm in Houndstooth. It is a really perfect fall pink. And it's a little bit rosy and a little bit mauvey, but it's still pink. But it's a really pretty color. It's a little bit more intense than an everyday. So I kind of sheer it out a little bit. But I love the way this looks. And it just looks perfect with fall looks. Every fall look that I've used this with, it just complemented everything very well. That's what I have on my cheeks right now. And for highlighter, I am all about this Beverly Hills highlighter. Whenever I want an intense highlight, I use this. And I also use these two colors, the gold and the white. I use that as an inner corner highlight. I have that in my inner corner right now. So this is like a multitasker. I love Ofra highlighters, period. They're just really good. Rodeo Drive is one of my very favorites. And this is probably my second favorite. But I love the combination of this highlighter and this blush. So let's talk about lip liners. I think one of these was in my favorites last month, and that's the Buxon Plumpline lip liner, and this is Dolly Danger. This is kind of a pinky nude, and I also have another one, this one here, and it's in the shade Restricted, and it's more of a peachy nude. And so I use both of these, and you can see I use one a lot more than the other because it's shorter. But one's a pinky nude and one's a peachy nude, and so one of these will go with almost every lippy that I wear. I also continue to use my Rimmel Exaggerate Eastend Snob. It's just, it goes with almost everything. It's a nice pinky nude as well. The two lipsticks that I've been gravitating towards and using a lot as far as everyday are Almond Rose by the Maybelline. It's a Maybelline Creamy Matte. It's just a beautiful, it's like a combination between a pink and a peachy nude. And it just goes with everything. When I don't know which lippy to choose, this one goes with it. This is another one like that, and it's a Rimmel Kate 104. And this one has a little bit more of a mauve, a rose tone to it. The other one is a little bit more browny and peachy. This is more pinky and mauvey. Don't you love my descriptions? But I really like these. And I did my shopping my stash today and did my video for that. And I pulled out like 25 lippies. So I'm probably going to have a little bit more of a variety of favorites next month for lips. But this month I was busy and wanted it to be no nonsense. So I stuck with what I knew I liked and what I knew worked. Okay, one more thing. I'm going to tell you about my lipstick. I'm going to tell you about my perfume because I like to share those. Even though I did my perfume collection, and I will link that below if you want to see the whole thing. I pulled out the ones that I described as in the middle, ones that aren't necessarily a fall scent or not necessarily a summer scent, or the ones that are in between the day and the night scent. So both of these are by Chloe. And this one is just the new Chloe by Chloe. And this one is Love Chloe. And these are both beautiful fragrances. This one's a lot sweeter and more on the floral side, and this one is a little bit more tart. I don't know what word to use. It's less floral, but it's not spicy. It's less floral. It's more citrusy, I guess is a better way to describe this. If you want to hear about the notes and all the ways that you can describe this where it would actually make sense, then go watch my perfume collection video, because I go in depth about all of these. But these are the two that I'm enjoying the most this month, along with, you know, my regular everyday stuff like Ralph and Beautiful. But these two, like I intentionally gave them another shot because I hadn't used them in a long time and just remembered why I love them so much. So, all right, I guess that's it. Those are my November favorites. Next month is sure to be a little bit longer and probably more in depth because, like I said, the shopping of the stash, it was a large yield this time. I just wanted a lot of variety, and I'm in this mode of let me pull out these things, let me revisit them, let me try them again or try them for the first time, and I need to start kind of getting rid of some of the things that I don't love because I have a lot of things that I do love, and they're getting in, like having so much, it's getting in the way. I'm having to go through all these things and not being able to find the things that I do love because I have a whole bunch of things that I don't necessarily think are that great in the way. Does that make sense? So I'm doing some decluttering and getting rid of some stuff so that the majority of what I have in my storage are things that I absolutely love, and of course to make room for the new stuff. Yeah. All right, guys, I love you very much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for coming and checking out my favorites for November. I hope that your Thanksgiving rocked. I hope that your Christmas will rock as well. It's going to be here in the blink of an eye. So I'm excited. I love the spirit around the season of Christmas. I love giving people stuff. I just love the whole atmosphere of Christmas. I love Christmas movies. When it gets close to Christmas, I like Christmas music. I just love being with my family and all the things that Christmas means as far as, you know, celebrating the birth of my Savior. How could that not be a good thing? All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time. If you enjoyed the video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing before you leave. And until next time, take care and God bless. Bye, guys.
We were young, we were good, we were free. No one to tell us how our love should be. It was the curse of your last you denied, and now it's raining on me.